We will head back to our index view. And let us add some markup. Just before the table, let us add a form. We'll have our method as get, and the ASP action will be our index. Okay, so now that we have our form tag, let's add some CSS. We'll add a container class. Let us create another div. So this is going to be our row. Let's create a column. We'll make this auto. We will have a couple of more divs to hold the text, the search text box, a button, as well as a link to clear the search and display all the list items. Let's create the input. We'll name this as search. The type is search, sorry. We'll have a placeholder. Let's first enable the search for the product name. Let's name this as search. We will be using this value as part of our input in the index action method. Let's have a class. We'll call this as form control. So we have our text input. Let's create a button. Input will be of type submit. Let's have the value as search. And let's add the button class. Let us create a link. We'll have the action as index. Let's have the class as a secondary class. And let's give it a label. Save this. We will make some changes to our index in the product controller. So let's look at our index method. So now we are going to be posting our data, and the data is the search string which is stored in the search. So let's copy this name and consider this to be an input parameter. So we're going to modify our index method by allowing a nullable string. Let us compile and see how our markup looks. Let's go to the products. Okay, so we have our search input, we have a search button, and then we have a button to clear the list and get all the items. So let's write some code for the search button. Let's set an if condition, and let's ensure that we have the existing code in our if block. So if the search is equal to null, like if we aren't passing anything in the search, we will let our code run as is. Else let's write some custom code to filter our product list. So we can use the db context dot products, and we can include a where clause. So the products, we can search this products dot product name. If it contains the search string, we would want to filter the search and return the list of products. And then return the filter view. Let's compile this and see if we can get the search to work. Let's run this. Let's go to the products. And search for the Goodyear tire. Let's look at the error. Now we can see that by mistake we have equal to sign in the get. So let's correct this. Let's stop this. Let us correct. Let's put the method as get. Ensure that we have the get. We are also displaying the category name from the category model. So let's look at our code where we are filtering. We're going to make some changes here as well. So we would like to include the category, and then use the where clause. So while we are also including the category, let us build a search to add the category name as well in the search. So let's call this the category. The product name contains search as well as our category. Yes. Category dot category name. So we are trying to search by the product name as well as the category name, which is a part of the category model. Save this. Let's compile and run this. Let's navigate to a product list and fire a search again. And we can see that we have the search enabled. We can also search by the category name. So let's enter the tire and see if we can search by the tires. Yes, we do have the search enabled. Now we can see that as soon as we click on the search, we are not able to retain the value. So let's address this particular issue. We will create a variable and hold that parameter in our view data. So let's have a new parameter. We'll call this as search item search data. So this is going to hold our search. We would like to have this search value populated in our search text box or an input. So let's copy this and head back to our index, and in our value we are going to have the search. Save this. Let's compile it and run. Let's search again. Click on the search. Now you can see that we have the value retained in our search. Let's click on the get all items, and you can see that our search is cleared and we have all the items. So let us update our data with some real data. Let's have this as our, let's save this. Let's create another product. We'll have the tea nuts here. This time our category is going to be nuts and bolts. Let's save this. Let's create one more. Let's have the nuts and the bolts. Let's save this. So as you can see, we have the ability now to create, update and delete. We have the ability to search as well. So let us search by nuts and see if we are able to search. Yes, we can see that we are able to filter by the nuts category. Get all items is going to clear the search for us.